From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clark County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Hello and welcome to the Athens News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter. When it comes to education, are there too many women in the classroom? Plus, a change at Sanford Stadium this fall regarding alcohol. We'll discuss. But first, here are your top stories brought to you by Drake Realty. A veteran firefighter has been promoted to fire chief. Nate Moss, who has served as interim fire chief since the retirement of former Chief Jeff Scarborough in October, is the new chief for the Athens-Clarke County Fire and Emergency Services Department. Athens-Clarke County Manager Blaine Williams announced he made the decision after conducting a national search for the new chief. Moss, who has served 20 years in the department, had previously served as battalion chief, managed public information, and assisted with management and training, among other duties. Moss released a statement that becoming the fire chief is the greatest professional honor of his career. Congratulations. This from the Athens Banner-Herald. Athens-Clarke County Police has apprehended the suspect in an armed robbery that occurred 2 months ago at a Westside Athens apartment complex. The arrest unfolded during a dramatic car chase involving 31-year-old Dontavius Caruth. According to police, the incident began when an officer from ACCPD's gang unit spotted Caruth driving on West Broad Street. The officer, aware of warrants issued for Caruth's alleged involvement in an armed robbery at University Oaks Apartments in November, initiated a traffic stop. Caruth stated nope and drove away on Sycamore Drive. A brief pursuit ensued, with officers strategically placing stop sticks on Sycamore Drive. Then Caruth drove toward one officer, forcing the officer to dive to safety. The suspect's vehicle, disabled by those stop sticks, came to a halt near Beach Haven Church. Upon searching Caruth's car, police discovered a felony amount of marijuana, digital scales, and ammunition for a pistol. The suspect now faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault on a police officer, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, fleeing and attempting to elude, as well as motor vehicle law violations. He is currently being held without bail at the Clark County Jail. This from Classic City News. The power of social media has proven instrumental in recovering a stolen thermal imaging camera worth $10,000 in Athens. It all began when firefighters unintentionally left the expensive equipment in the engine compartment of a Jeep Grand Cherokee at a Marathon station on Lexington Road earlier this month. Security footage revealed a man seizing the opportunity and making off with the camera on the afternoon of January 15th. Now, fortunately, Athens-Clarke police swiftly took action. They posted a picture of the suspect on their Facebook page, seeking the community's help. Someone recognized the suspect and contacted the police, offering assistance in recovering the camera. This from the Athens Banner-Herald.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Lake Oconee. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing a career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
From the Athens Banner-Herald Facebook page, Georgia has rolled out alcohol sales in recent seasons at its basketball, baseball, and softball venues, and now alcohol will be sold at football games beginning this fall. Linda Fountain said, "This is very disappointing. We quit attending back in the 70s because people were drunk and spilling alcohol all over us. This is not considerate of other people. It has been so enjoyable in recent years. Please reconsider." Bill Wright said, "Georgia fans are obnoxious enough without alcohol." Beryl Richards said, "This will cause problems." And then Gene Brown said, "Dog's going to need some alcohol this year." In UGA news, we have an interesting study to share with you today, shedding light on the intricate relationship between weather patterns and chronic pain. Researchers from the University of Georgia conducted a survey involving over 4,600 individuals, revealing that a significant 70% of respondents would adjust their daily activities based on weather-based pain forecasts. Among migraine sufferers, a staggering 89% acknowledge the impact of weather on their pain levels, with 79% considering weather as a trigger for their pain. For those dealing with other chronic conditions, 64% identified weather patterns as potential pain triggers, while 94% recognize weather as a factor influencing their pain. Christopher Elsick, the lead author of the study, shared insights on the findings, expressing a growing potential for weather-based pain forecasts. According to the survey, if a hypothetical risk of pain was high, over half of respondents expressed a likelihood of taking preventative measures. While future research is needed to create a reliable pain-based weather forecast, Elsick emphasized the importance of developing such a resource. This from the Red and Black. From the Red and Black and ESPN, a staple of Georgia athletics has called it a career. The Lawrence Smith Senior Associate Athletic Director Claude Felton has announced his retirement after spending 45 years with Georgia Communications. In basketball, the Georgia men fell to Alabama 85-76. They play South Carolina today. Tip-off is at 1. The Georgia Lady Bulldogs lost to Tennessee 95-73. They play Kentucky tomorrow. Tip-off is at noon. And let's talk about education, a profession historically seen as feminine. The mid-19th century marked the entry of women into teaching, but today the statistics reveal a stark gender imbalance. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, in the 2021 school year, only 11% of elementary school teachers were male. Bob Capozzo, an associate clinical professor at the University of Georgia, sheds light on the challenges faced by men in the teaching profession. He emphasizes that the historical feminization of teaching has led to stereotypes and doubts about men's capabilities in the field. To address this gender imbalance, initiatives like Call Me Mr. in Georgia and programs like Men in Education Network at UGA aim to encourage the support of male teachers. Jonathan Gonzalez, a fourth-year elementary education major at UGA, highlights the importance of male teachers as role models for young boys, challenging gender stereotypes. This from the Red and Black.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.